Coach. It's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the New England Patriots. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15.
Check out. Wide, 9 man. That's the run.
On 1st and 10, Locke. He's got it to James White. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. With James White, you know that he can catch the football. He was 3rd in the NFL amongst running backs last year with 87 catches. And as we've seen, sometimes they come in bunches. Super Bowl 51, he had 14 grabs, including the winning score. Last year in the divisional round versus the Chargers, 15 receptions for White. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Luck. And he's got Edelman for the first time. That's complete. That one a first down pickup of 8. Now, how many times have we seen that? 3rd down and Tom Brady turning to old reliable Julian Edelman. Of course, no Rob Gronkowski now. Edelman, the main holdover, the 33-year-old who was a Super Bowl MVP last season. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll run with a former Super Bowl hero. It's James White. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Here's Damian Harris, 3rd rounder from Alabama. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, they're trying to find that opportunity.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Patriots drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. The extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
We got this.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set, ready? 18 Gator. Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go. Let's go.
This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Now it's Mixon running right, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
They'll drop the throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
The Patriots take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
They'll fake it. Now Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Third and long. It's Locke. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Jordan Evans able to record his 5th sack of the season. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Now Brown. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. Around the NFL, a game going on in Washington. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses.
Here we go. 50, plant. All day, every day. On the ball. Ready?
I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. That really sets them back. A loss of 6.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Second and long. And this one caught by Delaney Walker. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
On the double. 6-6. Pull it high. Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right. 4 down. Yep. Check. Lucky. Big rip.
Second and 5. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. They'll get the first down and more inside the 20. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. John Ross with his 16th touchdown of the year as they are now on the board here in the first half. Bullock good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And we've got a penalty marker down here as he's able to get this only to the 20-yard line. Yeah, this is going to put him back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Going on the ground, it's White. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Luck. Throw caught here by Bird. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play. And sometimes it can break big.
And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. Well, there's no shortage of great young runners in the NFL, but don't forget about that guy, Sony Michel. First-round pick in 2018. Almost hit 1,000 yards as a rookie, 931 to be exact, to go along with 6 scores for the former Georgia Bulldog. 2nd and 5 now. Luck. He's going to let this go deep for Lee. That's caught at the 25. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Marquise Lee, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready, break.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. There to stop him, Jawan Bentley.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On second down, here's Mixon. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd-and-1 situation.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd-and-1. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A first down run not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Patriots' 28-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And now this pass brought in by Brown. 10 yards there on the Bengal first. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
At the Patriots' 12-yard line.
Set, 8, read. Smooth.
Come on, let's go. Right there.
Now.
On second down now, Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 21st touchdown of the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the gun, here's Locke. Being chased out left. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion, or even worse, an interception.
On second down, Michelle. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Recon, 132 fighter.
They'll run with Michelle.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
It was Jordan Evans making the play defensively. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch that in. Watch that in. That is right.
They'll try the air now with Locke. It's complete. James White. 23 yards the pickup there.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Luck going to bring him up 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. From the red zone now, Luck. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. That's 3 touchdown passes now for Andrew Luck as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Let's go. Let's do it.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
23 yards on the play.
It's a gain of 23 yards. That's good for a Bengals.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll set up a throw. And Walker has it. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
It's a very short kick taken by an up man. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Back to Mixon on first down. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Now a carry for Bernard. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
On the ready.
20, Mike, 20. In your face.
Go.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Watch the eye.
2nd and 4. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Love. He's got a man complete. It's Julian Edelman. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who can make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Check out.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Michel. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Check out. 622.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Shit, shit. Shit, shit.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Check it back. Check it back. Check it out, please. Ranky.
They'll try to run it in, Michel, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. Okay, so you just took the big loss. Now what are you doing on 4th down?
Well, we have a change of plans now is what we have, because I think they were looking at the play sheet, trying to dial something up to go for it on 4th down. But after that loss, that goes right out the window. Now you have to kick the field goal and hope to come back down the next time and score.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
At the 22-yard line.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw. Ready?
On 2nd down, Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
High 7.
Back to throw. Tried for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. The try here for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And it's caught off the deflection. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Now that's a defensive coordinator's nightmare right there. You're covering everyone, and the guy's not even the intended receiver ends up making the play.
Right place, right time, I guess.
When that ball's tipped up in the air like that, you've got to go up and get it. Offense and defense, and in this case, the offense ended up grabbing it.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Down. 30 base.
Get the ball.
Get it.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's got Green. A gain there of 21 yards.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Green once again the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. John Ross, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are back within a single score. Bullock good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Pats at the line ready to go. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. From the 25 on 2nd down, Luck. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. Gets this into the hands of N'Keal Harry. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
1st down, here's White. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. Following the delay, here's 2nd and 9.
Under 10, under 10.
Now Luck. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Getting the sack, the big D tackle, Geno Atkins. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get, because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Luck. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Michel. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd and 11 now. Luck. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 35. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now Luck. Got a man open. That's Harry. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Luck. Looking for Edelman, and he hits him. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
They'll turn to Michel as they go back to the ground. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Tackled there by Monte Nicholson.
The tackle
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.